Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Wednesday. No, not Wednesday, Thursday. Already, May 30th, 2019. Today is more Pyanodons Factorio. So, right off the bat, I just want to say that my credit union is really good at sorting out fraudulent transactions. So, 2 days ago, last time I played some Pyanodons, after the stream, I checked my finances and saw, oh hey, there's this $4.49 transaction that I didn't make in Ohio at a Steak and Shake restaurant. So I had my card canceled, my debit card that was apparently used to make that transaction. How that was possible is a little bit beyond me. It's like, how were they able to make a physical location transaction on a chip and pin card? Yeah, someone went through a bit of work to do that. So I had the card canceled, and I had the transaction claimed for fraud. Paperwork was done immediately, and yesterday they gave me the 449 back. So the day after I got the money back. So that was fantastic. Still have to wait in the mail to get my new debit card from my credit union. But yeah, that will be just fine. The only issue, of course, is, well, if that card was compromised, I sure hope that, part of me hopes it was done, like, at a physical location out in the world, because I do use that card for grocery shopping, but part of me, yeah, because if it was an online thing, maybe that's not the only card that's been compromised. Um, in which case, the other card is my PayPal business debit. Um, which, as you might expect, I really, really don't want that one to be compromised. It's fine thus far, but also it has the protections from PayPal on it too, so we shall see. So, day 8 today, continuing from 7. Last we left off, I had started making polybutadiene and was stopped basically by the fact that, hey, I need chromium. And then there's the whole thing about, well, hey, would you look at that? So I need chromium plates because I need to get a machine that needs chromium. That machine is... which one again? Alright, go to rubber. It is this one. Heavy oil refinery. In order to make rubber from carbon black and polybutadiene. Am I making carbon black? Yes, I'm making carbon black. So this is carbon black, by the way. Hey, do you have a, fuel value? No. No, carbon black does not have a fuel value. That's interesting. Regardless, this will be used in rubber, but I need this heavy oil refinery, which, as you can see, it requires chromium plates, but still chromium. Chromium needs syngas to mine. Fortunately, I have syngas. Now, there's an issue with this particular ore patch, because, as you can probably tell, my main bus has to go through here. And it will be completely covered and ran over. So I can't really use this chromium, as convenient as it is that it's right here. Honestly, the titanium here would be easier to access. If my bus was further up, it would have been okay, but as it stands, since I'm not going to bother turning my bus, like north would be the only real option there. Or should I just turn the bus? Should I, like, move these things up here and then do a northern turn so that I can have a spot and just do this chromium processing? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to do that, and to do that, I'm going to say, okay, I need all of this stuff in a blueprint, because, oh, I need all of this stuff in a blueprint so that I know what I need to do up here. And this will be off to the side, probably right about here or so. Right about there. Now, of course, I don't have construction robots or any of that, or personal roboports. But basically, the way I'm doing this is I'm giving myself enough space to get things done. Now note, I am moving my Relesia and the Urikoral up to the north. And yeah, there's some performance impact when I'm at max zoom here. So let's not quite be at max zoom, even though I really want to be. Then I just have to come down here and start breaking things. Now, the important things to pick up, of course, are the inserters and the machines. Everything else, for now, can just sit. Maybe pick up the pipes, although I will need to grab more regardless. And this will help quite a lot, actually. This will help out quite a bit with keeping things somewhat organized. This actually opens up my ability to get that coal patch there, too. And it lets me sort of go through the process of how do you turn a bus? So how do you turn a bus? Well, I need to define where the iron line will be. So I'm going to say, okay, my iron line. Also going to have to kill all of this. Ooh, inventory full. Well then, that is highly inconvenient, but I shall manage. So, the iron line itself is this line here. I want to have my sidewalk be here. So this will be my sidewalk, going all the way up. Now I'm going to keep this space open for processing the chromium. So I'll have a little bit of extra space for the chromium processing itself. I mean, technically I also have the space down here for chromium processing, but I'll get to that later. So, this will inherently be the iron, going all the way up. This is this line. Now you may notice that this is also this line from here, so none of this really matters. And then it's just a matter of diagonals. So that's the next line, that's the next line. That will not be titanium. This will be the titanium. Then remember, we have a gap of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's that, 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 and that. Then keep going. So gap of 2, and then so gap of 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you'll notice here, I don't need this hydrogen here, so all this can go away. In fact, all of this will need to back up. And then, again, gap of 2, and then boop, 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 boop. And then remove those. Gap of 2, and then boop, 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 boop. And that is the end of the belts, the physical belts, on this part of the bus. Yes, that is the last of the physical belts. So if I extended every belt that I currently have with stuff on it out here to do this turn up, that covers it. That is how that is done for the physical belts, and this will give me a gap of 2 in between every one of these. So if I just bring this up on these sets of 4, you can see quite clearly that we are now a north-south bus here with a space of 2 every 4 belts, and we have 5 sets of 4. So where do I go from here? Well, from here, I know that I have a bunch of liquid and then more belt options ahead of me. So, how many lines of fluid do I have before going into this? And then I also had a gap of 2. So this will be, this pipe here will mark the top, and then it's a gap of 2. Well, let's get the undergrounds going. I know that I start after a gap of 2, so here, 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 da-da, da-da, da-da. Boom, 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 boom. Now, is that correct? I don't think it is, because, remember, it is drawn. So this is this corner, this is this corner, gap. Hey, look, it is correct. So that's a gap of 2, and that is the turn for those 4. And of course, this gets extrapolated out to its logical conclusion. All the way until we get to this line way up here. Now, conveniently, this turn will also act as a place I can look and see all of the fluids on my bus, because everything will will converge at the corner. So instead of having to now go all the way back to the beginning to see the one point where everything exists, I can now go all the way forward and see, hey, this is where everything will also eventually converge. And I know that everything down to here is also being used currently, and I have some extras up top that are not currently being used, because I'm pretty sure that this oil marks the top of the current fluid bus. Now, if I count how many I have here, this should be, if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, gap of 2 that are filled because it's underground pipes, 1, 2, 3, 4, gap of 2 because it's underground pipes, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, I don't need this. This is too many, so if I had a gap of 2 here, and then I had the same pattern where it was 4, and then 2, and then 4, so 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, that shouldn't exist. Now, if I had a gap of 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I had 3 sets, so gap of 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll notice that this is 1 tile off from here because I had made a mistake from the beginning. And that's how you turn your belts and your liquids. Now, I will absolutely, as I hit my desk, I will absolutely have more liquids over time. But this is just an interesting little example of how to do this. It's not really all that hard to do. You just need to go through and move along the diagonal. Now, I just hope that I'm not off anywhere. That's the biggest hazard, is that you can potentially be off a little bit when doing the turn. I'd rather not be, though. Also, note that it will be really, really difficult to do some things with the bus when turning. So, for the extent that this continues, however big this bus gets, for the extent of this turn, if I need things over here, or if I need things down here from further up this bus, it can get a little bit complicated. Also, I see it's quite possible that the stream has disconnected, so I will... Yeah, it says stream disconnected. Oh boy. 0 drop frames. I had this issue... Yeah, it's saying I'm offline. I'm still locally recording, though, so this will be going up on YouTube, but I do not know exactly why it is having issues. Okay, so it's back. It's back. I hope. I think. I see. Yeah, it's back. I'm uncertain if this, at this point, because this happened yesterday as well, I'm uncertain if it's an issue on my end or on Twitch's. I have 0 drop frames. That is something that I know for certain. I have 0 drop frames. But, I mean, it's either a slight issue with whatever the server this is going to is having, or I'm having little blips in my internet. I think I might be having blips in my internet. I was having a few small issues yesterday after the stream, accessing some sites. Very, like, in tiny, short increments, so I may be having an internet connectivity issue, but if that was the case, I would be expecting dropped frames. So I really don't know at this point. We'll have to see. Anyway, I have to continue, as I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Yeah, so at this point, I'll really only bring up what I need to bring up as I need it. I can start rebuilding everything. Just hit Q on the keyboard to get in your cursor everything that you need. The convenient part of using Q is that it will give you your belts in the exact orientation without having to do any guesswork on the rotation. This, actually, slightly inconvenient spacing, but I'll live with it. Let's see here. Break all this stuff down that's in my way. But I think this has been a nice exercise of moving things around, deciding that, like, making changes in your decisions. Granted, it would be a lot easier to do this if I had my robots, but I don't at the moment. Then this was the carbon black out. That was titanium plates in, if I'm not completely mistaken. That's that loop closed. And that, theoretically, I didn't have a thingy outputting there yet. Okay. So, what do I need now? I need to bring up my hydrogen, and my oil, and my water, and my aromatics. And for this, I will definitely be needing a lot more pipes. A lot more pipes. And all of my pipes are further down here. In case you're wondering what I'm drinking, I am drinking my coffee. Third full cup of coffee for the day. My last cup of coffee for the day. As hot as it has been. Jeez, how far down are these? There. Right there. As hot as it has been lately. Today in this area, in Fahrenheit, mind you. Well, yesterday and today, 96 degrees Fahrenheit. 96 degrees. That is insane. It's May. It's May, and it's this hot already. And this is the second day in a row it'll be like this for this area. And we don't have our air conditioner on because we need to have it inspected. So, 2 days in a row of 95 plus degree weather without air conditioning. That's the current state. We need to have the air conditioner inspected and repaired because we refuse to go through another summer with the air conditioner in an unfinished state. So technically speaking, the air conditioner is unfinished. And what do I mean by it being unfinished? Well, as it turns out, when we bought the house, the AC unit did not have its intake actually attached or filtered under the house. So it wasn't attached to the spot on the wall, any of the spots on the wall in this house, for an air intake. So it's just sitting there under the house without a filter on it at all, pulling air in and all the dust with it from underneath the house, pulling outside air from under the house to act as the intake into the system. And that's highly inefficient for one, and reduces the life of the machine for another. So, yeah, we're not going to go through that again, because there have been times where the unit has, like, frozen, gotten frost in it, and, like, has stopped working fully. Like, it be on, but it really wasn't putting out enough cold air. It would be moving air, but not cold air fully. So it's had issues already. And this is one of those units, it's a combined AC and heating unit. So yeah, anyway, we need to have it inspected, and we need to have the intake hooked up on it at minimum. And chances are there's also a leak of the fluid too to have to deal with. So this is actually a project that we are estimating is going to cost at least $700 to have done. Minimum $700 to have done, if not more. And we, as you might expect, can't really afford it at the moment. Well, correction. At the moment, I'm pretty sure that my mother can afford it. The issue is that she has to be home to pay the person when getting the work done. And since she's the one who works a full-time job, we are in this situation. And I sure as hell do not have that type of money. And the other person in this house is on disability and technically making more money than I do off of disability. So, but still can't really afford it. So, hydrogen. Bring this bad boy up. I need my hydrogen right on here. So what I'm going to do, actually, is this. So this tells me that basically everything should be aligned right after my sidewalk. And that this is just fine to do this way. Because then I can have the next bit right after the titanium line, which is right where it needs to be. Then it's just 4, and then 2, and then 4, and then 2, and then 4, and then 2, and then 4. No, not 4. Then it's just connecting. Because it's, remember, 5 pairs, and then it's all fluids after that. So 5 pairs, then fluids. Next line to bring up will be the aromatics line. I also need the water line. So where is my water line? Need that connected too and brought up. Now you can sort of see the pattern here. Let's see, so where do I need water? And everything else. Further up, pretty sure. So this will all go higher. Excellent, so this needs to be a water line. Now, ideally, I want to keep this alignment, so I will do this way. I'm just going to do this to make sure I have all the alignments set up properly. That is correct. I don't really necessarily have to bring up the water line, but I will eventually need it. Just good practice. Well, I guess this is water here, so don't need all of these lines, I should say. Alright, that is everything hooked up, ready to go. I just need the hot bricks in there. Gosh, I would have never found that had I not seen this be full. That would have never crossed my mind. Alright, so all of that is now fine and dandy. I just have to get used to now. I don't think I've ever... This is the first time I have ever had a vertical bus. And not only... Well, I've done vertical buses, but I've always done southerly. I've always gone down on my bus. So the last time I did a vertical bus was actually the first time I did my full Bob Angel SpaceX on my own time, personal playthrough, and I had north to south. This is my first south to north vertical bus. On top of that, when I was doing north to south, I was on the left side, building on the left side. So here I'm going south to north and building on the right side, so it's mirrored, essentially. Okay. Or at least, no, not mirrored. It's rotated 90 degrees from what I had built before. So, syngas. I can bring syngas over now, and I can start making the chromium and doing the chromium processing. I suppose I should just walk on my path, because this is all stupid desert tiles slowing me down. Really need to get the green science going. That is the whole point of the day, is getting to green science production. Okay, syngas right here. Convenient that it's the one right beneath the water. So remember what I said about corners being problematic. Get out of my way, rock. Basically, with corners, I'm not going to be able to just simply run this straight across. Because while I would like to just run this way and hook it up over here, I can't do that. As you can see, I can't, this is blocked. What I can do, if I just give myself that marker, that indicator, is I can split off wherever I want up here and go out. And I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that right here. And doing this is fine. So, this is one of those examples where, even though I would like to just bring it over here, I can't. Now, this needs to go there. Oh, really? I have one other tile of space. What? Oh. Okay. I should have had it there. Well, being right next to the sidewalk is, more convenient. So why do I have this going right above this chromium patch? Well, it's just due to the nature of how I want to mine this. Because I'm going to want to start my miners from the top. And I'm going to say, have 10 of these. Sure, I doubt all 10 are going to be able to mine at the same time. But the way that this works is I will be able to put that down like that, and there they now have their syngas. I just need to power it all. And I can run my power lines out. And welcome to the party, Chromium. This, in the end, this took a fair amount of effort to migrate from here and do this turn to go up. But in the end, I now have a much closer source of chromium than here. And I can actually, you know, go and demolish what I have up there at that patch, because this patch is much better. Much more convenient. And you know what? I've got the mining here of this coal. In fact, it looks like I'm not quite mining as much as I think I am up there anymore. I've now got this coal as well. So, chromium. How to process chromium? Well, here is a foundry. Let us find chromium. That is the only recipe. That is it? There's no hot air for chromium? That's unfortunate. Or better yet, chromium currently... So, yeah, there is a hot air. There should be a hot air in the advanced foundry. But here it is. Yes, here it is. You know, I may want to have a lane just for hot air. Alright, well, that's convenient. What else? I saw that there were other recipes that I had access to. So this is chromite sand, limestone, sand casting, and CO2. That would be better after green science to get tholins. That's the basic recipe, that's the hot air. This is basically the same, it's just instead of sand castings, it's coke and limestone. But I would need chromite sand from grade 1 chromite from a jaw crusher making stone. So again, I would need to deal with stone. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this process at the moment. Now, here's the thing. This is going to take a bit more belt because I'm going to run this way and then up and then split and then up and back. Now, why do this? Well, because I can scale right, essentially. It's because I can scale right and not necessarily as far left. And you know what? I am going to actually add the lane for hot air to the bus. Because there's no reason, if I can connect the hot air, that I shouldn't connect the hot air that I am producing. So I will go ahead and do that. Why have so many setups of producing hot air otherwise? That's just a bit of a waste of good machines. So the hot air is there. The excess hot air, I should say, or a set of excess hot air. And I'll do that. So there's some extra hot air for me. I can go all the way back and hook up the rest of it. For now, though, what I will do is say I will actually go down here, probably right about there. And just move this setup over. Now it's the top that's going to have the undergrounds. Notice that I want to keep my sidewalk as clear as possible outside of these power poles. Now, you'll notice an issue here. How do you resolve this? Well, you just move this down and up. Simple, really. Then I need all the inserters to insert for me. This is like 40 in, right? Yeah. Then out, 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 out. There we go. That will be non-zero amounts of chromium. Then I just have to figure out where on the bus I want to send these plates, but for now, they will be buffered. And I'll put them into storage chests. The reason for this, primarily, they really are all moving at the same time. Wow. The reason for that is just planning ahead. I'm going to have these flashing at me for quite some time, probably. And this should be enough to make the heavy oil refinery. Huzzah! Also, you're not moving. Why are you not moving? Right, soil, why are you not moving? Water, because of that. Alright. That's fine. Just waiting on the refinery. My beautiful oil! Okay, oil whoa. Okay, that's large. That is large. Yep, pretty large. And that is making rubber from this. And carbon black, so carbon black. I think carbon black, is this only... only used in rubber recipes, so I don't need to worry too much about bussing the carbon black when I know for a fact that it will only ever be used for rubber. Oh, aromatics aren't hooked up. And there we go. And that, my friends, is how to make the rubber. Glorious rubber. Non-zero amounts of rubber. Cool. Can make belts now. I could do belts. I can do engine units from belts. And sets of 15 yellow belts at a time with this, which I think is going to be quite convenient. But there's always a but. Now I can focus on setting up the actual green science and all of that good stuff. So, I need my Relesia seeds and bone meal to make the biological samples, and I need that for alien samples, the ground sample, rich clay. That is next. Rich clay from ash and water, rich clay from tar, giving you CO2, and aromatics, and whatever, flue gas, or whatever that actually is. 10 rich clay every 6, 10 rich clay every 2.5 for enough tar. Wow. Problem is getting enough tar. Well, you can get tar from enough stone, but I don't have a lot of stone. Definitely not 50 every 2 seconds. Then I have a lot of other stuff to have to deal with. So ash. Ash now needs to be bussed. And this is just made in an assembling machine of tier 2, so I need automated factories for that. Why is it always just one more thing? It's always just one more thing that you need. So remember what I said last time about the ash. I am currently buffering it, but I have sort of set it up so that I can send it out onto the bus. I need to just figure out where on the bus I'll be sending ash. I'm just clearing away all these stones because I know they're going to get in my way. So, ash. How many free belts do I actually have? I think not many is the answer. Not much is free. Like, completely free, or, what the hell? Oh, hello. Huh. Hey guys, remember what I said about stone? Yeah, I remember what I said about stone. How many destructive distillation columns do I have? Enough. Well, I guess I need to have a way of dealing with stone, and if I can turn stone into tar, then I'll go ahead and just do that. Um, as a means of keeping a permanent pull on stone, because I am currently backed up on my stone bricks. So I need to do some world painting for one, but I also can, I can pull up my stone and I can make some rich clay out of it. I'm also gonna need like burners and crap. Where are my additional burners are required in gas vents and sinkholes and all that good stuff. Alright, so let's get this moving. It's convenient that this is on an edge. Also, when dealing with belts, I've been giving some thought as to areas of, shall we say, let's say I have multiple locations where I am producing coke, for instance. Well, if I have a lane of coke in one direction and a lane of coke in the opposite direction, it becomes actually quite easy to merge in extra inputs. You can then not have to worry when adding more production to the mix down the line. But you sort of do need that second lane going in the opposite direction. So instead of having, for instance, belts of an item that split and go one in one, one in the other at some point on the line, instead you make two lines, one going only one direction, one going only the other direction, and then if you have more production further on, you can just run it back and whatever's missing, quote unquote missing, on the line. So, say for example, if I have rubber going out, down this way, and have another line going up this way, well, at this point here, you can see, hey, I have this is gapped, and this is gapped. Well, if I ever make rubber further backwards, then I can add the rubber there. If I make rubber further upwards, well, then I can fill in that gap. Anyway. I used rubber just as an example, but coke in particular, this would apply to, because coke comes from so many different processes that I may do at different points on the line. Okay, destructive distillation column. You are going to give me tar from stone. And then this one is going to give me clay and CO2 and aromatics. For the moment, I will be, of course, venting CO2 and this flue gas, because I don't think I can do anything with flue gas at the moment. No, I cannot do anything at the moment with flue gas. But I can later turn it into ash to get even more rich clay. Isn't that beautiful? And I can eventually turn it into syngas with some activated carbon, so that's quite convenient. And then it's just, you go up there. I should have a line for tar. This produces, if I had enough stone, it would produce up to 250 per second. This would consume 140. So, yeah, that's fine, actually. Oh, it also produces up to 40 per second on the aromatics. That's cool. That's neat, but this also gives... This also gives 2 solid products. Which, the unfortunate part, this is a game engine thing that I really think should be fixed. I want to see the names of those products. I don't... Like, icons are meaningless to me if I don't know what those icons represent. I know that the last two, one of those is tar, the other one is tailings. That's what I know those two represent. I don't know what this 30 item is and what this 15 item is. Some sort of dust, I guess? Coal dust? No, that's not coal dust. It is a dust. It is a tailings dust, in particular, that I can't really do much with at the moment. Tailings dust to coal dust and ore? Hey, look, I can get a little bit of ore out of it. Of copper and iron. Oh, joy. Or I could get some coal dust and rich dust out of it. Well, what can I even do with coal dust at the moment? Nothing. Besides this titanium tetrachloride that I can't do anything with either at the moment. So, ultimately, tailings dust is just a little bit pointless, so I don't need to do anything with that. And then what is this soil type thing? Is it I think it's actually a sand. It is a... No, it's... Might be something that can go into rich clay. Or not. Oh hey, concrete is rich clay and sulfuric acid. Cool. Oh hey, rich clay and sand to make stone bricks. As if I need stone bricks. Yeah, so I'm going to probably just burn both of those. Now, how will this work? That's a good question. How would this work? Guess I just really only need the 2. I'm gonna output here and then input over there. So remember about the burners. Oh, also they need fuel. Burners can occasionally produce ash. Maybe I'll put a third one down in case anything were to attempt to choke. Then I need the sinkhole for the tailings. Excellent. That be that. Now you take the stone, and you take a lot of stone. So you will have the wonderful pleasure of being loaded with a loader. need outputs. You just need tar, you need water. Alright, bring up... Oh, I might not have enough piped ground for all of this, but, can I not just run the... Nah, I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna do this from the bus. Okay, water, water everywhere. Alright, that gets that moving. Holy crap, that's a lot of stuff. Oh. Pfft. Yeah, that's one of those oops moments. Whoops. Good ol' 10 on the whoops scale. Yeah, that's more like it. So what the heck is this stuff? Coarse fraction. Used in the creation of gravel. Produces stone, iron oxide, and gravel. Gravel. Used in sand. Used in rich dust. Used in stuff. Oh boy, pure sand. Used in glass. Lot of processes I don't really care about. Anyway. Destroy it all. Okay, now why are you... What here has a, fuel value? There you go. So I really don't think that this is going to be... This alone is not going to cut it. That is a lot of stuff. You know what? I'm going to just make some loaders and say screw all of that. Screw that. This is gonna be outputting from a loader. That takes care of all of that. May need more burners. Am I not automating the production of inserters? I don't think I am. I think I should do that somewhere. Alright, tar. Aromatics. Yeah, I need to run my aromatics. Do not have enough undergrounds though, so off I go back all the way. And of course, more aromatics means more polybutadiene, which means more of lots of things. Anyway, huzzah for chromium. Non-zero chromium. And since I'm going backwards, I may as well do some things that I probably should have done a long time ago. Can't believe I'm going to be making the rich clay, not from ash, but from stones, because I apparently have way too many stones. And, of course, it'll give me a bit of aromatics, which will help with this. Oh, wow, that's filled. That's full. Hello. Have one of those. Start unfilling. Yes, unfill. Just removing some of the stuff I don't really need right now. Don't need that anymore. Yeah, I'm not automating the inserters anywhere. Oh boy. Yeah, and I need to get more of a pull on these stones. So, first off is going over here and picking up as... Ooh, you are full. Hello. That's nice to see. I'm gonna grab... Yeah, all of it. All of that. All that beautiful stuff. Then I have to start pulling... from those. And start painting the world again. Off I go, painting the world using some of these stone bricks. Less than 1,000. Off we go. Is it gonna be enough to make it to the turn? Probably not. Nah, barely. Barely. Okay, up we go. Up, up, and away. Connect these aromatics for me. Oh. Yeah, I guess I'm now off from my pattern. Alright, so that is that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hop, skip, and a jump. Although, actually, no, I'm not. I'm not doing a hop, skip, and a jump. Of course, I'm not there. What I need to do actually is move all of this. Why do I have to move all of this? Well, it's because it's in my way. Because I'm going to be outputting on, actually, this line is rich clay. This will be rich clay. So that I can, you know, add back to the right. Then, some form of stuffs in. Alright, why are you? Just because you are full. Oh. I'm not consuming all of my aromatic production. Stream has disconnected. I don't know why it's doing this. I really don't. Yes, welcome. Welcome to the chat room. Are we live? We are not live. Are we live? We are reconnecting. 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 Everything else right now is fine on my end. No dropped frames or anything like that. Other websites are loading just fine. I'm probably just gonna have to tell this to, change servers. But I can't do that when live. That's sucky. Why is this even... Why does Streamlabs come up as, quote, auto on it when I'm pretty sure that when I imported my settings from OBS, I had told it specifically, use the freaking Ashburn, Virginia Twitch, ingest, but... Because I now don't have any idea what it's using, because it's set to auto. It's like, okay, well, what are you using? You don't tell me. There's nothing on this screen in Streamlabs OBS that tells me what Twitch server I'm uploading to, which is highly inconvenient. Like, that's incredibly inconvenient. And if I go to my settings, all it says is auto, quote, and then in parentheses, recommended that you be auto. No, not if you don't actually tell me which one you're using and what the connectivity to that one is, because nowhere else does it tell me in here exactly which one is being used, which sucks. Anyway, now that the stream is apparently back, apparently it has returned. We're not even halfway through today's stream, and it's already disconnected, twice. Yes, twice. I need to bring up solid fuels. A fuel of some description. Probably going to be coke. Or coal. Whichever one is most convenient. Gonna have to run a fair bit of belt to get here. Yeah, that's weird. So much aromatics. I really don't think I want to burn the aromatics, though. So, is it time for another powerhouse? It might be time for another powerhouse, actually. And what I might do is reduce the amount of power from syngas. Focus more on that power from the aromatics. Let's see. Because this is not going down. Whoa, performance. Come on. Gosh, so yeah, at my current rate of power usage... Yeah, I just need to, force it to use more power from the aromatics. Because I sort of want to use my aromatics for something, right? So that will go away. And it just adjusted to use more steam engines. Like, why? Don't really get it, but anyway. Hey, have more. Start draining this, please. Maybe. Ooh, I need another fast inserter. Maybe I should just replace these. Yeah, what I don't want to see is a backup there. Syngas is fine backing up. I need as much syngas as I want, as I can get. This is actually consuming a lot of the syngas. How about total shutdown of the burning the syngas? So now I'm totally dependent on burning aromatics for producing power outside of the steam engines. I don't currently have access to my Nixie tube, so I don't really know how this is doing. These still look like they're backed up occasionally. But I think I might still be overproducing on the aromatics, which would be great in all actuality. Well, I'll find out if I have a blackout at some point. So looking at my Coke line, I can see that I need more Coke. I simply need more. Where am I producing Coke? Well, I have this making coal. Where am I making Coke from coal? Am I making Coke from coal? Why am I not making Coke from coal? Here. This is where I'm making Coke from coal. Right down here. And apparently... I see. I need to... not do that that way. I need to do things properly. Also, give me some of those. Yeah, because this... Oh. Excuse me. Anyway, this... No. No, no, no. No, 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 nope. Nope. Nobody, nope, nope, nobody, nope, nope. Doink, 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 doink. That is how it should be put out to balance. And then it needs an actual belt balance somewhere. That will actually belt balance. Because remember, note, I'm producing 5 coke. 5. So even though I'm outputting like this, there's still going to be 1 extra on one side for each of these machines. So either way, no matter what, I'm going to have to do a belt balancer. This is just how I've decided to do this particular one at the moment. How is this doing? That's pretty good. So that should help with the coke, but with utilizing my production of the coke, I'm going to run the coal all the way down. So off we go. I will use this to feed my burners. La di 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 da, bringing the belt all the way up. No, it's one more and then. That's how that works. Anyway. Now we wait. / now we burn. And it's just a matter of getting this all set. Now, what? Oh wow, you produce a lot more tar than I was expecting. Huh. Alright. Cool beans. I need spots, belt spots for my rich clay and my rubber. Belt spots for rich clay and rubber. Well, pretty sure that this was supposed to be duralumin. Right below the aluminium. That's duralumin. This one, I think, is free? The one right below my glass should be free. So that one will get used. So, things I want to bus from here. Relesia. The bones from the Ulrich Corral. The rubber. And the rich clay. So there are 4 items. Now, because there are 4 items that I feel like I want to bus, maybe, just maybe, I should, say, you know what, let's just, well, I want a radar. Don't know why I haven't been placing radars. Sort of need one. A few, actually. Need something down here, too. Let there be... Oh, the radars. Radar. Let there be radars to show me all of my domain. So it's 6 tiles after the hot air. So 6 tiles post hot air is what I need to note and to know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or is that correct? That might not be correct. That is not correct. Alright. Well, fine. Something else might not be correct. As well. I might be off here. Something might be off. I'm just checking. No, that's right. That's 4. That's 4. That's 4. And then that's 2. Okay. So yes, this is now correct. Always double check. Always double check. You will be in for pain if you don't make sure that the spacing is correct the first time. Alright, so that's those. I will need to... Why do I not just do it on this side for less pain? Will I even have enough undergrounds? That is a really good question. Oh, and I'm probably gonna want to have a lot more than one of those. That seems like something quite obvious. I'm gonna need a lot more. Alright, rubber. Rubber, actually. Am I only ever going to use rubber going up? I think so. Rubber. Rubber, rubber, rubber. Used in belts, lab instruments, special small parts, chemical science packs. That's... outside of circuit board 2s, optical fibers, plastic. Okay, so that whole process of petrochemical processing into plastics, and then niobium iron coating, or however the heck you pronounce the NB. Yep, iron alloy, Kevlar coating, Kevlar. Paraphenyl, phenylene diamine, terephthalate chloride. Oh, used for organic solvent. That's the thing. Industrial solvent, dimethyl sulfide, TPA, PPD. Heh, it's used in the utility science pack as well. Interesting. Interesting, I'll have to dig into that. Dig into this coating recipe. It's like, oh, okay. Niobium plate and iron plate. Okay, niobium plate from niobium oxide and salt. Oh, you can make it out of nickel from a proton donor. Niobium oxide from ammonia, niobium complex from concentrate, HCl and organic solvent, dust and sand, dust from powder, powder from ore, or from just niobium. Okay. Well, regardless. Rubber shall only be made. There. I need more belt, and I need more undergrounds, so back I go for belt and undergrounds. Yes, I know I could pick up these little patches, but it ultimately, the amounts that I need is so high that it's not even worth it. Also, for the record, just straight up for the record, I need to remember to say this like at the start of streams or something, or whatever. This, right now, the design aspect, the figuring out and following of production chains, this is what I enjoy about Factorio. Like, this is why I like this game. Okay? And since this mod set just makes it so much broader, just adds so much to it, I'm okay with that because I actually like that. I enjoy it. This is the aspect of the game that I particularly enjoy. I'm just coming up here so that I can grab some more view. And then back again. Make sure I grab all of those. So that I can start adding some stone bricks. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is... I see that my coal's a little, not full anymore. So while I'm out here, I need to, at minimum, rearrange some of this coal. Right, it's... coal is way out and up here. In the middle of nowhere. From 2 patches. Tiny little bit of uranium. And my cute little uranium patch glowing in the night sky. I mean, not sky, but whatever. Glowing in the night. A little bit of copper too here. Yeah, see, this is what I was afraid of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that side's pretty, saturated, so I have 23. Why did I have 9 if it saturates at 30? So I need to add 7. There. That should saturate just fine. That has another 1,000 going on it. I'll go ahead and leave it for now, but... Or maybe I should plan on it and just add the +1. Add the +2. Because it looks like this one will go out, then that one will be next, maybe? Alright, that'll just give me a little extra time. Little extra, not a ton. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the way that I just did that is probably going to make it so that I don't end up using the stuff, but anyway. Anyway, I was gonna do... Right, I need to bring... Or I want to bring the hot air over. If I'm not mistaken, the hot air is directly above the crude oil. And as I head back, I can just, you know, let this go, bring it down. Just keeping an eye on how many undergrounds I have left. Oh, so many rocks in my way. There we go. That's all hooked up, ready to go. Now I don't have to worry about my supply of the hot air for a very long time. Oh. Interesting. I will note. The moment I start doing science again, that glass is, going to die. Horrible death. Do I need glass in this process? Doesn't... I do need it for the optical set, so I will start belting my glass. I also need to get my boron trioxide going. Because now is the time for green science. Beautiful, wonderful green science. I can make it. Pretty sure if I just grabbed a whole bunch of products outside of this boron trioxide, which is the last real product that I need. Ah, right, I need to get the rich clay over here. Outside of the boron trioxide, that would be the only thing. Just trying to think, do I need anything else? I don't believe so. Now that I got the glass up here. Also, just to be absolutely certain that I know where my sidewalk is. Just run this up further and further away. That raw borax just so happens to be right where it should be, needs to be, for later use. That coal is in a good spot for later use, as is all of this. How you doing? How you doing? How are you doing? Just fine. You need polybutadiene. Why? Ah! Aromatics. Sort of burning that for power right now. Alright, next I need to run back, get more pipe to ground, and start running my... where is it? Where is it? My boric acid up. Oh, and my coke. Oh boy. Well, this is my coke line, so off I go. Need yet more belt as well. Oh, there's the coke, so didn't need to use too much belt there. But I will need additional undergrounds, because I have to go way back to get this boric acid. That is what I need, right? Yes. How's that doing? Draining. It is draining. Okay, and it is limited by the aromatics. This will improve with time. For now, I'm just gonna put that one back. Oh yeah, I need to do something with that. And that. Okay. Undergrounds. All of them. Oh, that's just a little itty bitty too much inventory space. Take back a few of those. Give me all. I really want to do this, but part of me is also saying don't do it because it also gets used for science and you're not doing the red science right now. Not making the red science right now. Alright, where is my boric acid? All the way back here. Right there, this line. This line is the boric acid. Now I have to run it along the entire liquid bus. Out and to my corner, and then up. So I can't believe it, already being able to, finally, fully set up the green science. It has taken nearly 20 hours to hit green science. But, I have made it. I have made it to green. That means that I will be able to get... Wow, really? That's the third item on the... Yeah, that is the third item on this liquid bus. Interesting. Means I will be able to get my robots going. That'll help a bit. I'm still torn as to whether or not I want to truly continue with the main bus system or go with the robots or just do a hybrid. I think I'll be doing a hybrid type system where I'll move things on the bus, but I'll also have robots for other stuffs and things. Okay, so I need this boron trioxide. Boron trioxide is coke. So I need to remember to bring up my coke. Come on, game. There we go. So there's my coke. Now, boron trioxide. Alright, I think I've decided I will move boron trioxide, probably with robots. As I stretch. Need a good stretch every now and then. Grab you. This will make that. Then all I need is this line. And inserter inserting. Power and should be good. It's only one coke, so don't need too much of it. And it makes one boron trioxide. Okay, that is used in the with glass to make the optical set. Yes, yes. And that is made in one of these again. Now, what's the ratio here? Isn't it 1-to-1? It is 1-to-1. Neat. Okay. That makes things a heck of a lot simpler. Now, no. I want a 2 gap. Why do I want a 2 gap? Well, having a gap of 2 allows me to feed in... Oh, really? I beg to differ. I really beg to differ on that one. Being out of glorious circuit board 1s, that is not possible. That is not possible. I have an entire steel chest full of circuit board 1s, so don't even tell me that I am out of those. But I do need to feed an ungodly amount of glass into this, so regardless, right after I get this green science moving, I absolutely need, like, not even a question, I need to get more glass going. It is necessary. I need more efficient glass or more glass. And this is optical sets. And that feeds directly into... I need assembling machines now. The production of lab equipment. So this is 0.15, 0.21, yeah, 0.5 to 0.21. Then I also need these. I need to run my duralumin. And I need to bring my tin up. Alright, 0.14. 0.14, so that's 1 to 1. I just need to figure out getting the rubber and the small parts. This will end up meaning this. Boom. 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 Yeah, I'm just going to worry about getting the one things, and then I need to have this go out as well. Output. Oh, goodness. Okay. Break all that. Instead of U, it's going to be a U. Okay, so I'll feed in here. I will output here. This will go wherever the final green science will be made. So this makes the lab instruments. This only will feed into here. So that's fine. And then it is ground samples. That needs soil. I'll make soil locally. Where is my soil extractors? I need to make one. Iron. Need iron and copper. And I'll need to run tin. This is titanium. Run tin and duralumin, so there's a couple of lines that need to get run. This is my iron. Iron and copper. Give me my soil extractor. Apparently needs some rocks. Alright, here's the tin. Let's get the tin wired up. Belted up, I should say. Duralumin requires running down the whole freaking bus for it, so that'll be interesting. But I do have a belt spot for it, so I don't need to worry so much about that front. I also need to bring my small parts up. That's the other thing. So this is my Duralumin. This one right here, this line, is the aluminium plates. So I'm having the aluminium and the Duralumin next to each other. Lots and lots of belts being run today. Granted, more belts than otherwise, because I did this whole turn today. I wasn't originally planning to do this turn in the bus today, but it happened. Oh god. It's like, game, give me some performance back, please. That would be much appreciated. I'll also, of course, need more belt, as per usual, but by the time I need more belt, I will be at the place that I'm producing it. So, awesome. And then, once I get myself some of those actual rubber-based belts, and I start producing 15 transport belts at a time with those, that'll be very, very nice indeed. Okay, now I need to somehow, some way, shape, or form, get my Duralumin. Oh, maybe it should have been up one more. There we go. So that's Duralumin on the bus. Now, something was in my head to run, and it completely slipped my mind. Small parts, that was the other one. So, small parts that I am making a pretty sufficient amount of at the moment also needs to be run. Also, how many circuits do I have? 300 or so? That's enough for now. Let's make sure I am actually running along the belt. Just keep on trucking all the way up. And let's not forget, once I start making the green science, I then have to bus the green science all the way back to where I have my science labs. So there's that point to make as well. Alright, so you need rubber and small parts. So I will have a shared belt of rubber and small parts. Just bring this line up. I need to bring all 4 of these up, so may as well. Alright. This is here. Small parts, rubber, and this is duralumin and tin. Okay, so small parts and rubber. This is the small parts. Then the rubber needs to come out there. It's easiest to do this. Whoops. One more back. Like that. And this is just how I prefer to make shared belts. I prefer combining at the closest split outwards, rather than try to combine 2 sides out on the side of the bus. How far back are those? Right there. Slowly making their way. Then the lab chassis, which require the tin and the duralumin. So the tin is here, the duralumin is here. Both are going to be on the outside, both. Let's see. So that's that one. That's that one. Oh, and then let's not forget that I need to jump across there. Perfect spacing, by the way, to do this jump with yellow belts. And once the duralumin catches up, all the way, see, it's arriving. It is arriving with the small parts. I will start seeing this stuff. Speaking of which, boink and boink. Force it to be made for me, please. That leaves the other part of the puzzle. Which is the biological and ground samples. So there was something I needed the automated foundry for, if I'm not mistaken, or the automated factory for, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with something or other. I don't know. It was probably the other for something else I chose not to do. So Relesia seeds and bone meal, and then rich clay and soil. Oh, looks like I've disconnected yet again, and it's reconnecting. So I'm just going to sit and wait briefly, see if it reconnects. I hate having this issue. Okay, I think we're back. Maybe. Yes, it looks like it came back. Lots of issues yesterday and today with the Twitch connectivity. I'm not reporting drop frames on my Streamlabs OBS, but that's just been happening lately. Don't know what's been going on there. Anyway, I was speaking about the ground sample from rich clay and soil, so I need soil, which means I also need water. Brought up, even more water. Soil extractor. Go down, bring some water up. How am I doing with the water? I'm okay for now. Then I need this guy. Now, this makes 3.6 per second. I only need 1 for this, so doing a direct insertion, I'm just going to for now. And yes, this absolutely works in this way. I actually might want to just speed that up. Out and in and all that good stuff. Bring that rich clay up. Okay, so the rich clay needs to be 2 down, because it's on an outside. I need more undergrounds. Give me undergrounds. Like all of them. There's my ground samples being produced. And then I need the other samples, which is the seeds and the bone meal. So the seeds, also I need more of those. Seeds into biological sample. Now, how many? 1.5.73. So I need 2 of these per biological sample. I need more than 2 of these, but gosh, Josh. More. Make the biological sample. Then you make the alien sample, and you make that. Beautiful. So you need the ground sample in, 0.25, 0.2, whatever. Just getting the spacing set. And if I wanted to, I could have another line in there. In fact, I'll probably want another line in there. Alternatively that, but no. That'll be my bone meal. This needs that, which is these. Feed it into there, feed it into there, feed it out. These go over. Needs more inserters. Needs more iron. Oh my. Need the iron. It's so close. It's so close. so much closer to my dreams not being memes. Anyway. Moving right along in this process. Oh, hello. Oh boy. That's definitely a mistake. And that's a fix to the mistake. Oops, in and in. Yep, so all I need now is a lot of undergrounds. That's what I need right now, is a lot of undergrounds. Ooh, it's making it with the rubber. Aha! That's handy. It's doing this recipe. Handcrafting the belts from the rubber I'm carrying. I can apparently also handcraft these engine units. Pyanodon, if you ever watch this section of the stream, these engine units should not be handcraftable. Just because regular engine units are not handcraftable, just adding belts to the equation to get 2 more, or to get 1 more per craft. Let's see, it's 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1. Instead of, so 2. So it's 1 less small part and 1 more pipe, and then 4 belts to get 2, to get an extra engine unit out of the equation. Which, that's not bad, but again, this should not be handcraftable. Maybe belts themselves should not be handcraftable, I don't know. But, yeah, that's an inconsistency. Let's see here, so the bottom is the release, yeah? I'm off, aren't I? I'm not. Oh no. Well, I need to go back anyway to get more actual belts and undergrounds from what I'm producing, but officially, once they go through all the way, come on, come on, you can do it, you can do it, move it, move it, my beautiful, beautiful bones. It's moving. It's producing. It's working! It's working! This will need to be a faster. This one's working! It moves! It's alive! and all that jazz. As soon as this gets made, alle freaking Luya. They exist! Our slides exist. Aren't they pretty? This is our green science. Oh my. 20 hours and 16 minutes in. I now have green science. Oh joy. So, what will be the first green science tech that I take? Ooh, good freaking question. That is a really good frickin' question. Oh, blue science for personal roboports. That's so sad. Actually, I want to work towards logistic bots. And logistic bots are locked behind quite a bit of stuff, actually. So if I do a search for logistic... Oh, I don't see them. Pretty sure they're behind basic electronics somewhere. I don't know. Let's do robotics. Here, logistic robotics. I need robotics, electric engine units, lubricant, oil processing. Ultimately, this goes all the way back to automation 2 and sulfur processing. So, I'll start with sulfur processing. Now, I have to go all the way back to, actually... Doink, doink. Can I not just grab some rubber and do a bit of handcrafting? Because, I totally got rubbers. I got the rubber. It is being made. The rubber is being made. Which just means I need to make, like, belts. Whoa, I'm apparently eating all of my rubber. Really, you consume 0.14. How much am I making? It should be 0.25, but this is limited on aromatics, which that's fine. You have way too much flue gas for one of these to handle, so down we go. You have more flue gas than two of these can handle. You have more flue gas than three of these can handle. Jeez, how much? Like, really? How many of these do I need to remove everything? Did I not need chromium plates for those tar mines? Oh boy. Well, there's my source of a lot more aromatics. Yeah, that's gonna be the source of a lot more aromatics going forward. Anyhoozle, let's make belt from rubber. Try to steal some rubber if I can. It's not producing all that much. But, yeah. So, science. Oh, and then of course I need more undergrounds, but yeah, I think I'll just take my trip back to grab belts, and then I'll figure out and work backwards on the, science belt. So off I go. By the way, there's now so many different things that I can be doing that I have to sort through everything in my mind and just decide what I want to work on going forward, because there's so much is now open now that I have access to green science that wonderful things shall happen and continue to happen. Okay, this is going to be a little bit problematic. Why? Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why. Um, uh... No, due to the number of science thingies, I will need space on both sides. So I guess this won't necessarily matter too much what side of the belt the green science is on. I mean, hell, I can just not use undergrounds here. Alright, now I need to do the whole, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, gap, gap, used, 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 used. Gap, gap, you. That's just prep for the future. Just gonna roll this line back now. I do hope that it is aligned correctly. Oh hey, I didn't need to destroy that ginormous rock yet. Good. So this is the green science belt, if you didn't realize by now. This one that I am currently running. I am having it up high on this bottom line of the new sections because all 4 of these are in use, and I think everything else is reserved for other things, and I sort of want to have this one out of the way. That being said, I doubt I'll ever actually need to run the green science in the opposite direction. So if there's another thing that I know that I will only ever need going further up the bus, if there's something else that I produce that I know I'll only ever need further up the bus, I will be able to use this line, essentially, for something else. Wait a second. I don't know, for some reason that looked a little... it looked a tile off to me, I don't know why. And that, my friends, is the green science routed. It is officially routed, and I can start earning green techs. It is beautiful. Beautiful and glorious and slow because it's only the one that I have right now. Only one thing. This all is probably limited by the amount of stuff produced back here as well, but yeah. It's all great and wonderful. I do not know what I want to do for another 9 minutes in this stream. Oh, I know. I need a radar. Give me radar. Non-zero radar. So that I can actually keep an eye on things up here. How is power? Power is just fine. For now. I can extend my sidewalk all the way up. About as far as I can go here. Or as far as I feel like going. So, tar. I have tar right over here. A bunch of it. I have some crude oil out there. I just need to bear in mind, like, how big this bus is. There's some salt there. Meow? My kitty complaining? 1317 down there. I think I need to go down here to this one. It's sufficiently far back that I don't think I need to worry too much. And it's higher yield, so I will go and do that down there. Might want additional tar extractors. Of course, limited by small parts, it looks like. I'll just pick up more small parts along the way. I've got plenty. I have plenty of small parts. And apparently I need regular iron, which again I'll be passing that one too. Then I need copper. Oh, probably because I need more circuit boards. Did someone say circuit boards? I don't know how many are down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think don't need more than that. I don't have enough undergrounds to hook up this tar anyway, so... And this is just distraction in these last 5 minutes. But I am heading down, all the way down here, to get that tar hooked up and going. Now, am I, like, aligned? Yeah, it's all the way down and slightly left. I definitely do not see myself using all of this backspace. What type of rock are you? Iron. Ooh. Oh, and hello, trees. It's a forest! So let's see here. Oh. Rocks are in the way. Now I'm going to make an assumption that these act just like every other fluid, and that it will last infinitely. Just connecting all this up. Oh, and I'll of course need power out here too. That is everything. Anyway, so what did I get done today? In fact, I will just sit here at this point so that I sort of know what I've been up to. So what got done today? Well, very first thing I did today was I turned the bus north so that I could use this chromium. And I had alluded to this being an option that I didn't want to do last time, but I decided, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it, and I turned the whole thing north. And I don't know, I think it looks pretty, especially once everything starts getting hooked up and all the production goes up. I start actually producing a lot more, a lot faster, and things start looking more like a rainbow going by and then turning. It just looks very organized and neat. And of course, all of these fluids here that I will be able to just see at a glance what is what. But I needed chromium because I needed chromium plates, and I've got chromium plates. I needed chromium plates so I could do uh, this heavy oil refinery building. I've got everything that I made last time rebuilt exactly how it was, just facing this way, north. Um, I started making rubber. I then brought in and started making, basically making tar from stone to make rich clay up here. So that's one thing I'm doing with this tar, is making rich clay. I need to bring the tar to my tar bus and start actually adding on to my aromatics production so I can keep this going and making as much rubber as possible. Then it's working exclusively on green science. That's what I did. I did all of these intermediary steps to get up to, at the end, the green science. So all of these intermediaries down here, including the rubber, in fact, all of it from here with the Relesia stuff all the way up was meant for green science. And as you can see, I'm now actually researching again with my non-zero amounts of green science. It is glorious. It is lovely. At this point in time, I just need to start massively expanding my aromatics production. Actually, I need to expand the creosote and then the aromatics, so that I can keep producing power as well as feeding into my rubber production, my polybutadiene in particular, to feed into the rubber. So with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. I will be back on Sunday with more Pyanodons. I will, of course, be back tomorrow, Friday, for more of the Angels playthrough. This will be the first time I will be streaming on a Sunday. I hope it goes over well, and I'm looking forward to having more time in the Pyanodons playthrough, because I think I am enjoying this Pyanodons playthrough more so than the Angels one, particularly because I've sort of gone through the motions on the Angels one already. I sort of know a lot about how things operate in it, and here is I'm figuring it out, and that's what I'm finding to be enjoyable with that. So yeah, again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.